Ladies and gentlemen, we begin now with our second session for the day, Maximizing Impact, Evaluating ROI and Essential Equipment for Small and Medium Events.
Hello all, and good afternoon. Welcome to the Palm Expo again, and it's a great opportunity and a great time to be in for everyone who is a part of this business. And I think this is a great topic to discuss what we all have gathered here today to maximize the ROI on any money that we spent. So by default, I think 90% of people who visit Palm or who are over here sitting in this audience are somewhere either a stakeholder or a part of a rental outfit in general. So what do we do when we buy? And what do we do when we hire? What do we do when we take a round of our business is something very important that we all need to understand. And today when we discuss, we'll be talking specifically for targeting the small and the medium-sized vendors and the small and the medium-sized event companies. Because that comprises of almost 80% of this market today. So we need to understand whether are we going on the right track? Do we need any kind of course correction? And how do we make this happen? So I'm very happy to have such great panelists on board who can share their knowledge with us. So to begin with, let me start by giving an explanation of what we mean by small or medium based rental companies or medium based events. It's anywhere that ranges in your regular ballroom shows and all the way up to a wedding function or anything that you do outdoors for about 1,000 people. That's what is a small or a medium scale business is what we are kind of capturing over here. And we will not touch much on the large, but what we'll do is, since we have people like Kalpesh and we have Siddharth bhai over here who can give their experiences from their large events and their medium scale events that they are executing and things that we learn out of there and how we can kind of put it down on track. So please excuse me, I'm going to read some of the points from my phone that I have noted down for my audience over here. So I'll start with the first question for everybody. Is let me first I'll go with the rental company guys first. So Siddharth bhai, Kalpesh, what do you think is a must-have equipment when it comes to a scale of this size? When one is investing or when one is buying, what do you think is a must-have equipment that one should have, and how do you think one should plan when they are buying something like this?
Hi Sachit, hi everyone. So first of all, thank you so much for having me here to share this platform with such a great people and great audience here. So see, what I understood is that we are talking about a gathering size of 300, 500 people, a small gathering, correct? And what are the gears required for that?
Correct.
I think, see, first few points we need to understand initials is that any scale of an event is just, we can't just determine it as a gathering. Like it depends venue, entertainment, right? What is the nature of the event? All these things are really very important. And we need to know that, let's say, a size of the venue. Are we doing in indoor? Are we doing in outdoors, right? What type of, because venue plays a very important role, right? We definitely need the layouts for that. What is the entertainment plan for that particular event, right? And yes, for sure, the gatherings. So if we talk about the audio, lighting, trussings, so audio is mainly dependent on the venue size, right? And how much is the gathering? We need to see how big is the venue, if it is a ballroom, if it's a small outdoor. So PA, we always depend on the venue, right? Then what are the entertainment? So all the artist tech riders, and if there are some speeches and all, that needs to be first understand. Then if you talk about the lightings, lights always plan as per the stage, right? How big is the stage? What are the entertainment going on? Same is with the trussings, right? LED is something, what exactly you want to showcase on LED, what exactly you want to show there. So, and again, see, if you talk about the sound system, it's just not the PA, it's just not the console, it's a combination of a lot of gear and equipments, right? So, yes, for a medium segment events, we definitely want a good system, and as per the venues, if venue permits, if there's an indoor and a venue permits to fly the system, we can fly the PAs. Again, what type of artist entertainment is there, we need to go through the tech riders, right? Same with the lighting, same with the trussings. So, but specifically, you know, we see as a rental company, we always customize our setup as per the requirement. There's no such thumb rule that if you are doing a 300 people or a 400 people gathering, these are the fixed equipment which need to be used. There's a lot of factors. So majorly, if I just combine and conclude this as that nature of event, what type of event it is it a private event, is a social gathering, is a corporate or something. Venue layouting dimensions are really very important. Venue is indoor or outdoor. And third is the entertainment. What type of entertainment is there for that particular event? So these are the particular factors which I think to put light on. Now Kalpesh can give more light on this.
Kalpesh sir.
Hello friends. Thanks Palm for this conference. So for small, medium or large, we are seeing the first flexibility for the client, what installation they needed as per the venue. Agreed with all the points with Siddharth sir had discussed. But nowadays the things has need compact. The small conference need a compact boxes. They don't need but the challenge is that after that conference there is an entertainment zone. So if as a vendor, it's very hard to compare both the things, where client want a niche setup for the conference part and suddenly one big artist arriving for the gala night. So that part is challenging, but we design the things as per the requirement of the event. And in the market, lots of brands are getting more, like we are getting the white speaker, black speaker, that match the event things also. And yeah, venues depend the things. Sometimes the venues not proper acoustics. We have to deal with that. And that way we make it the things. And there's not some small or medium. All the events has to be like equivalent to treat.
So basically what I gather from this is that venue layouting is very important. We need to understand what kind of venue that we are working for. And then we also need to understand what is the exact gathering, if we have tech riders, if we have an artist expression that comes into the picture, and then based on that take a decision. Now, if I have to ask specifically to Siddharth, Kalpesh, both of you, that now एक इवेंट में हमारे साथ ऐसा बहुत बार होता है कि there will be एक 10 चीज़ें होती है जो आके इम्पॉर्टेंट है, वो होना ही है. RF हो गया, वायरलेस हो गया, RF कंसोल्स, स्पीकर्स एक्सेट्रा. फिर कुछ चीज़ें ऐसे होती है जो आके व्हाट डू यू से, इट इज़ अ विश लिस्ट. वो है तो ठीक है, वो नहीं है तो भी ठीक है. तो ये विश लिस्ट आपके हिसाब से क्या है आज के तारीख में हमारे इंडस्ट्री में? क्योंकि ये मेरा पर्सनल थॉट प्रोसेस ऐसा है कि काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें ऐसी होती है जो विश लिस्ट में आदमी आके पहला ले लेता है और एसेंशियल बाद में लेता है. तो इस चीज़ को कैसे अवॉइड करना चाहिए कि विश लिस्ट और जो अपने को चाहिए, इन दोनों के बीच में एक रेंटल कंपनी ओनर डिवीजन बना पाए ताकि वो पहला आके जो एसेंशियल्स है वो खरीदे और फिर विश लिस्ट पे जाए.
There is no such like a wish list, Sachit bhai. It's like everyone technical requirements are involved in this. If any engineers asking particular boards, so it's not but he like that board. He's used to that work. He like his technologies. He's hands-on that demanding. And sometimes demand on the content also. What artists they are performing, what conference need. If conference also differs from boxes to boxes. If there are any boxes where reflections are there, we have to use the carded boxes. Everywhere we can't use is the like slick speaker. Client बोला 100 packs का event है, I need a small setup. No, but your venue dimension is 200 by 400. Again, so here with wish list not work. What the show requirement is there, that has to be on priority.
Understood. And a completely, oh, sorry, Siddharth. आप बोलिए.
So see, basically, in rentals, we need to first see that what scale of shows we are catering and we want to cater, right? So wish list again is, see, if we just talk about, if we first take a audio, so PA, console, wireless, all the stage things, these are the mandatory things. Now what PA you want? Now what console you want, right? Let's say you have any base top system, then next is that you want to buy some line array system. So it's wish as in definitely you want to grow, that's why you want to buy it, correct? But yes, you need to first see and understand that means it's just not investing, you need to manage. You are not into dry leasing or something that I'll buy and I just dry lease, right? Someone will come and take this and again give it back. So you need to do setups, right? So a part of equipments, you need to think about your team, right? Overall management. What level of show today you are doing, what level of show tomorrow you want to do, you need to gain the knowledge about it, right? And everyone wants to grow, everyone wants to buy some new equipments, new technologies. But again, what is the demand? Because in India, India geographically is too big, okay? There is a nature of work. Some people do a lot of government events, some people do concerts, some people do weddings, some people do private events, some people do conferences. And today topic is the small and the medium scale. So yes, wedding definitely comes in that category, conferences come in that category, right? So wish list is something, yes, today you have some PA, consoles, trussings, lightings, but you are now getting requirement of higher consoles, bigger PA, more better lighting, more bigger trussing. So yes, you should plan, right? And yes, that definitely will come on the ROI part also, because every investment should be planned. Before planning, you need to calculate the ROI, right? That's what it is.
Yeah. I mean, an extension to what you said, I will kind of pull in both Arvind and Rajanji over here to kind of understand that from a manufacturer side or from a distribution part of the business, how do you want your customers to think of the ROI before they buy anything? Like आज के तारीख में अगर कोई आता है बोलता है मेरे को आके 1 करोड़ का कंसोल खरीदना है, डू यू जज द पर्सन वेदर क्या आपको 1 करोड़ के कंसोल खरीदने लायक शोज़ हैं, क्या आपको 10 लाख का माइक खरीदने लायक शोज़ है? जस्ट फॉर एग्जांपल, आई एम जस्ट पुटिंग नंबर्स एज एन एग्जांपल ओवर हियर. सो डू you have that conversation with your customers when you are having to start talking about this? I mean, maybe Arvind or Rajanji, whoever wants to go first.
Yeah. Good afternoon. Thank you for having me on the show. So, regarding, I'll just our industry is a very beautiful industry, and it is typically, if you see, it is an industry for people get better returns if you have more passion in the industry. It's not about just you have money, you can buy equipment and do some shows. Now, when you talk about investments, the whole thing is graduating. Let's say, as rightly said by Siddharth. So today, when we are doing a show or a rental company is investing into products, a lot of questions are being asked when they do a conference as to indoor, outdoor, what kind of a requirement is there, audio, video, lighting. So, and from the earlier times of कि अगर किसी को PA system चाहिए तो okay, it is a microphone, 2 speaker लगाए, mixer लगाया, चल भाई काम हो गया. Today it is indoor, outdoor, what are the applications, how many microphones do you need, is there a Bollywood event after so there are a lot of things about that. Now, when it comes to the question of investments onto the mixer, today, Indian rental industry is almost at par with the international industry. So people are investing into the equipment. So because all these products get onto the riders, it makes the life of the engineer easy. Because we are all into an experiences, we are typically transforming an experience for the listener or a view. So all these are components, and it really transforms to give a good experience. So this is my thought process.
Thank you.
Same बोल दूँ.
So basically calculating ROI is not a small subject.
Correct.
It's different for every company. It's different for every product. It's different for every region because there's a very basic thing. There's a demand and supply rule. It's a very basic. If there is a good demand for anything in the market, you can't stop yourself from buying those equipments. You have to have it. Your psychology will make you, okay, this ye chal raha hai, just buy this one. Okay. So this entire market is, you can say, like driven by demand. And who is creating such demands? That is also we need to understand. But yeah, for sure, the manufacturers, like somebody's manufacturing speakers, lighting, boards, trussing, and other safety equipment, stages. So every company has to, they have to come with some new things, some betterment, some solutions for the problems. And it's a revolution. It will be happening always. So, and when you have some solution for any problems or some issues, you are coming with the new technology, some kind of upgrades, updates, then this news goes to the market, and there you can see the demand. When you are educating or marketing your new things, your new improvements to the engineers, to the riggers or whatever, they will start asking you, okay, this is better, we need this one, we need this, we need this, we need this, and there is a demand. And then when there is a demand, the ROI will be higher and higher. But when the market is saturated with, even if you have, for example, you can take the most latest products in the industry today. If everybody has a Digico, just assume if every single person is having a Digico, there will be a competition. Definitely there will be a competition. And because of their psychology, their insecurities, the ROI you have calculated maybe 5 years back will not be same today, right? So, ये जो cycle है, ये चलता रहेगा ऐसे ही. The main thing is how you stand out in the market. If you are a good service provider, how do you stand out? How do you make yourself better and better and better? With so many changes will be coming, products will be keep on changing, the designs, the infrastructure will keep on changing. You have to be ready for everything. Train your team. Always follow the protocols, right? So as Rajan Bhaiya said, education is also very, very important. So ROI, calculating any ROI, you're talking about ROI is really, really a very deep conversation. Yeah.
Understood. So this is actually great what the two of you have shared. So I mean, what I gather from here in a nutshell, if I have to put, is ROI calculation has to be backed by education and training. It's not only about the money. So it's not only about, I go buy X product and that X product has to give me so much return. How it gives you returns depends totally upon how you stand out as a vendor, how you stand out as a service provider, and what is it that you're bringing onto the table different from the 100 others that are already there in the market providing the same kind of service. In fact, I'll just kind of add to this is education, if you look at it in our country, is kind of growing in a very, very rapid phase today. If you look at a lot of seminars that are even spread across these 3 days over here today, have a lot of education to do with different topics that, kind of hit the right notes to a lot of vendors who are in a specific form factor of service providing, that way. And this is very interesting as a part of what Arvind also correctly said, where you need to calculate your ROI over the service providing, expertise that you are bringing onto the table. So taking a little bit more forward into how to differentiate and calculate ROI. So this is one of the basic ideas how one can differentiate. What is if I'm calculating ROI, it's the cost that I'm getting out plus the education and the service providers excellence that I'm bringing onto the table. The next topic, the previous point that Kalpesh and Siddharth bhai added was how you are analyzing your tech riders, analyzing what is coming onto your table, and analyzing what is going to happen. Based on that, you take a decision. Now, I have one question to, to begin with, Rajan ji. I will ask you this question. So this is a very common practice that happens in our industry. Is that, say, for example, product X. I'm going to be brand agnostic here, so I'm calling it X. So, say, for example, product X is a microphone, and it is available in the market for, say, 1 lakh rupees. And that same has a product X plus, which is available for, say, 2 lakh rupees. How should a vendor or a service provider at that point of time think, what should I go for? We are talking again here small and medium. Should I go for something that is worth 2 lakhs, keeping in mind the future that probably this product will last me the next 5 years, so I'll make money over it in the next 5 years? Or should I go for something that's for 1 lakh rupee and say that, yes, I will be able to make more ROI in the next 3 years or 2 years and recover this 1 lakh and then buy another one for 1 lakh? Or how do you think one should think about it?
The thing is, let's say if I give you an example for a particular product, let's say a console, because now the first thing is, what is my personal aspiration? Let's say as a rental company, let's say if I am investing into a product, particular equipment, so what is the rider? What are my personal goals? Let's say how and where and how do I aspire to be? So let's say if you invest in a product which you can use for yourself, and also you can dry hire to somebody, which is on a rider. So then probably the return on investment, what you're making, is a better investment. So let's say, when you talk about an example of a 1 lakh rupee microphone and a 2 lakh rupee microphone, definitely somebody who's, the 2 lakh rupee microphone has more functions, features to it, and probably the acceptability of that microphone would increase or get better over a period of time. So I'm able to use it for my show and also able to rent it out or dry hire to somebody. So that makes more logical depending upon your other factors like finance and other things. But yes, at the end of the day, your aspirations are also important. So combination of various factors.
Understood. And since you touched the topic of finance also, I would kind of go ahead. So this is one thing that I think is a very unfortunate but a scenario which, of course, organizations like EMA are today working on it. But what happens with a lot of rental companies that are on the small and the medium segment pattern, rather this probably even happens to the larger guys, but in the smaller and medium segment vendors, what usually happens is, since we are technically classified as not an organized sector. This industry is not classified as an organized sector as such. So supports from, banking institutions, etc. gets a little bit difficult. So, and at the same time, we are in a business which is very extremely capital intensive. So, you put down a lot of money in the beginning and then you make money out of it over the next few years. So, how do you think a smaller vendor or a small scale vendor who is not having that kind of a capital resource should plan their finances when it comes to purchasing any kind of equipment? Even Arvind, you can add on this part, and of course, Siddharth bhai, I would like to hear from you also as to how you do it when it comes to, how you do this planning. I think the three of you can add some ideas into this as to how do I plan my finances to buy.
Yeah, Sachit. So this is really, this is a high time when industry should start gaining, industry should start understanding ROI And yes, the investments, right? We are talking about investment. Now, see, there's one more thing. Nowadays, it's really good that there's a lot of education this industry is now gaining, but those all education is only technical, mostly technical, right? No one today is giving education like a business of rentals, right? What is the ROI? How you can generate more ROI, right? And how you can invest in a right equipment or a gear, right? So no one is talking about these subjects. Everyone is talking about more of a technical knowledge, seminars, right? But this is really very important because at the end of the day, everyone who is investing in this industry should know that if I'm investing something, where will my company will be in next 3 or 5 years. So coming to the point, like how to choose this kind of investment and what about the financial plans for this? See, first of all, we all need to understand one thing, that we need to make our books strong from the initial point itself, right? In this industry, especially with the small companies, they never thought about, GSTs, income tax and all. They are very much open, taking everything in cash, right? They want to buy everything in cash. They want to save taxes, right? See, if you go to any financial organization, even with the banks and all, financial providers, they will see your books, right? That is very much important, very much needed, okay? And if you are doing a business, yes, definitely you need to, introduce your capital in that. But yes, you definitely need finances, right? Whether it's a small investment or a big investment, you need finance if you are doing business, right? But for that, you need to understand that you have to follow all the government compliances. There is a way of working, right? Today, in our industry, when we give a quotation that this is the price and this is plus GST is this, right? Most of the event companies come back to us, or most of the client come back to us, ki, "Arey, these GST, though we just want a minimum billing and all." Now, whenever you buy a product, any product, just a microphone, what Sachit have given an example, that will come 1 lakh rupees plus GST. That will come 2 lakh rupees plus GST. Let's say, if you push any of the distributors, dealers that we don't want to pay GST, we want to buy in cash, you will not get depreciation of that product. In fact, those products are not there in books, okay? You own it, but those products are not in books. So, see, as Arvind rightly said, that this is a very deep subject, ROI, finances, taxes, these are very deep subjects, right? But yes, I suggest each and every, even the starters who want to come into this field, they should plan their investments, okay? They should plan their, like if they are doing something, let's say, if someone wants to start a rental business, right? There is no lower or upper limit of investments, right? First you need to think that do you want to jump into audio, lighting, trussing, LED all, or you just want to do audio first or lighting first or the technicals first? What you are in, like what good you can do, first choose that. What excites you doing this? See, this is a passion-driven industry. We all are here. This is really a passion-driven industry. What you have asked that, there's a wish list. So what is the wish? So it's always something, just say if you have a passion of audio, you have a passion of lighting, you always wanted a better fixture in lighting, you always wanted a bigger truss structure, you always wanted a bigger PA. So this is what is the passion. But at the end of the day, you're doing business. You need to understand that it's just not the passion. Passion is definitely pushing you. But you have to somewhere think, this is a business, I'm putting this, I'm doing this, and I'm getting out of this. Right? Today, unfortunate part is that first, no one is giving education on ROI, financials, investments and all. People want to do. See, after COVID, we can see there's a huge boom in the industry. And entertainment is booming in India. Next 10 years, entertainment in India is very bright. There are a lot of people investing, a lot of people coming, lot of people are investing in very good and expensive gear. Okay. But you need to think that ROI is something, let's say, coming to your question, that one microphone is 1 lakh rupees, another microphone is 2 lakh rupees, right? Now, if I am doing a show regularly, right? And that 1 lakh rupees microphone is needed, then I'll recover the cost fast because I'm already getting that level of shows in which that microphone is required. If I'll invest in 2 lakh rupees of microphone, that will be a little slow ROI initially because I'm not getting that level of shows currently. But yes, once I'll have that inventory in my company, then I can pitch for that. So you need to be prepared. If you are buying any gear, it's not something good or bad. It's something you need to plan it. How you will, like, if you are buying any bigger PA. So now, what is your plan? What level of shows you want to pitch, right? How much rentals you will get out of it, right? So these things need to be considered and planned before the purchase. Unfortunately, our industry drives like, fine, now this is the new mixer, this is the new PA, and X company have this PA, Y company have this PA, so we also want to buy that PA, right? This is passion-wise, it's fine, but business-wise is not really right, right? You need to plan. Then you get the equipment and then you start planning it. Then you start pushing it in the market, right? Maybe you are taking the same rentals of the old model and you have paid twice for the new model, but you are taking same rentals what you are charging for the old model of that gear. So this is something where today you are, just see yourself as a businessman, right? What you are investing, what you are getting, right? So if you see yourself as a businessman, then you somehow mix your passion, your visions in that. Then I think you can take some good decisions in this. And as I said, this is something which is very deep to understand. Yeah.
True, but you added a lot of great points, to be very honest.
So we are talking on ROIs and what to buy and what to invest. So first of all, I agree to the Arvind bhai, ROI can't be calculative, but if product we buy and if the product is in warehouse more than 6 a week, that means something problem. So the product has to be on road. If the product is on road like 25 days a month, that means you are getting ROI. Second part, the investment on 1 lakh rupees or 2 lakh microphones. It depends on your consumptions, what your client's consuming. Your client consumes matters, you have to buy 1 lakh or 2 lakh, the things. What clients is paying you, what the sales you are doing, what client service you are doing. And it's not just to buying the product and giving to the client. They are not, event agencies are not doing the things. We are not just sending the gear to and hand over to the event agency. It's about the service. Buying a good product and provide a service to the client, it matters a lot. So we are buying the good gear and how to handle that gear and to provide, that's the main strategy in the things.
Hello. So, again, ROI is a deep conversation. So here we are talking about ROI, but this ROI comes from a business model. So how do you think, how many rental companies or production companies in India have ever calculated ROIs? And do they really know how to calculate ROI? It's a big subject. I don't think anybody, any rental company in India having a proper sales team, having a proper marketing team. I don't think so. Some people are doing multiple tasking in the company. They are doing sales themselves, they are doing marketing themselves, and sometimes they are technical as well. They are managing the warehouses. Sometimes they are managing the finances. They are accountants. They are managers. One person is doing multiple roles. So when you set up a business model, when you have fixed responsibilities, fixed KRAs for your team, and you know, okay, how much expense I am spending, it cannot be calculated only by investing in something. Okay, I have invested this much of money in this particular equipment, and let's calculate ROI. You cannot do that. You need to understand the market. Also, it don't depend on like which area, which segment you are working in. It doesn't matter. Maybe you are working in a small city. So how do you increase your ROI in that small city? You need to have a good plan first. You must study business first. before you learn equipments, you first need to understand business, how to do business. Okay, when you know how to do business, how to manage business, you will start thinking, okay, I need to educate myself, I need to educate my team, I need to be more safety conscious, I have to win this race, and it all, these all things, they come from passion. When you have passion, you need to go somewhere, you need to go to ChatGPT, go to Google, just Google, tell ChatGPT, okay, I am this, my name is Arvind, I am into this age, I am in this city, I want to do this is my passion, tell me something, how I can improve. अरे आजकल बहुत आसान हो गया है यार, सब कुछ बहुत आसान हो गया, हद से ज़्यादा आसान हो गया. जस्ट चैट जीपीटी को सब कुछ बता दो. नाउ चैट जीपीटी नोज एवरीथिंग अबाउट मी. आज मैंने चैट जीपीटी को लिखा कि आई जस्ट वांट टू हैव अ लॉन्च फॉर माय न्यू प्रोडक्ट्स टुमारो, गिव मी सम आइडियाज़. इतना लंबा लिस्ट चैट जीपीटी ने बना के दे दिया. चैट जीपीटी नोज आई एम द फाउंडर ऑफ जाइंट ट्रस, ये मेरी कैपेसिटी है, यहाँ मेरी फैक्ट्री है, ये मेरा प्रोडक्शन है, ये मेरा मार्केट साइज है, सब पता है उसको. सिंपल. So basically, one more thing I want to tell. This ROI, it's a deep subject. That's it.
Yes, I know ROI is an extremely deep subject, and what we are trying to do over here is to touch points to make sure that basic ideas is met within by the end of this session, so that at least people start thinking. And yes, Rajan ji.
मैं इसमें एक लाइन ऐड करना चाहूँगा फाइनली कि जैसे अरविंद ने कहा डीप सब्जेक्ट है डेफिनेटली, बट आई कैन टेल यू वन थिंग, लाइक नाउ इट्स बीन ऑलमोस्ट 35 years इनटू द इंडस्ट्री, कि जिस भी कंपनी ने, जिस भी इंडिविजुअल ने जब ये बिजनेस में आया, ही स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम स्मॉल, एंड जिसको भी एक थोड़ा सा पैशन की हम बात कर रहे हैं, बिकॉज थोड़ा सा उसने मेहनत करी, थोड़ा सा इन्वेस्टमेंट, बिकॉज नोबडी केम विद करोर्स एंड करोर्स ऑफ रुपीज़ कि भी मैं लगाऊंगा और उसको ऐसे करूंगा, इसकी ROI ऐसे कैलकुलेट करूंगा. सो एवरीबडी काइंड ऑफ इन्वेस्टेड स्मॉल. और मैं कहता, आई थिंक इवन इस रूम में भी बड़े सारे लोग हैं जिन्होंने एक छोटी इन्वेस्टमेंट से शुरू करके नाउ दे हैव ग्रोन, री इन्वेस्टेड इन टू देयर बिजनेस. एंड मेरे को नहीं लगता कि शायद मैंने किसी कंपनी बंद होते देखी है, बट एवरीबडी इज़ ग्रोन फ्रॉम स्ट्रेंथ टू स्ट्रेंथ. And from a set of 2 speakers, now they are probably very large companies, and they are having more and more people. So it's a great industry, and there's a great ROI into the whole thing. Because if it is complex, which means there is money in there.
True, absolutely true. If it is complex, then there is definitely money in that.
Sorry to interrupt.
No problem.
I think we are missing one very important point. That is, the industry is growing really, really fast. This event and entertainment industry particularly. So when this industry is growing fast, we all need to understand like what is next. And because the demand is rising, so if we plan to invest in the right equipments, and we also need to have a right team to educate our team, the ROIs definitely will gonna rise. That's for sure. As Rajan Bhaiya has said very well, डिमांड बढ़ रही है, मार्केट 300% की ग्रोथ पे है, एवरीथिंग इज गुड.
Understood.
Yeah.
So basically what, that was actually one of the next points that I wanted to discuss was new technologies. So this is very similar to that. New technologies में आज इन्वेस्ट करेंगे तो इसका ROI हमें आके फ्यूचर में डेफिनेटली मिलेगा. So how do you think about new technology, and how do you have to kind of work on it? And I think you started that topic very well in terms of how one has to think of the future. Kalpesh, I'd like to ask you one question, and of course, Siddharth bhai, you can add. Is another very important topic of ROI is how do you quote your clients? Because at the end of the day, sales is what defines everything, right? You will manage to choose the right equipment, like how we began. Choose the right equipment, read the rider well, find the finance to buy the equipment, but at the end of the day, it has to go back and sell and even get educated to be a standing out service provider. But at the end of the day, it has to go out in the market. Somebody has to pay you. So basic thought processes जो आज के तारीख में शायद गलत हो रहा है या फिर शायद इम्प्रूवमेंट का स्कोप है, या आप बता दीजिए तो शायद लोग वही कर रहे हैं तो सही होगा फिर.
So on sales point of view, so quotation to the going to the clients is as per the element list that everyone does. That's practice. But what cost we are giving to the client never agree to that cost, and everyone we do the 10%, 50% discount. So there has to be one line we have to draw. Okay, I don't have to come more than 10 to 15% down. If you are going more than 15 to 25% down, so that show is not worth it for you as a vendor, because the things you are providing, how if we calculate each elements, like we are providing 1 CR consoles in rentals of 1,50,000 as in audio. So you will be like shocked. I'm getting only not more than 5% on the rental of that particular product. So you have to calculate the things as per element list, and you have to play your game with your competitors. The market is now very competitive. Everyone wants work, everyone to do better. And sales motivate to you buy the things, what want to buy. If you have the Digico consoles and in one seasons it do more than 60 rentals, then we will not see what is ROI. You will order second board. That's the thing.
Yeah, so I think to all Kalpesh points, see, I'll just make it simple. It's a very simple. We are into rental business, okay? We are buying gear, we are giving on rentals, correct? First of all, most of the time, when we quote, we just mention all the equipments and we give a package, right? First, see, in our industry, there is no SOP, there is no process even to calculate a price. If you have a Digico SD10, if you have a roof truss, right? If you ask rental companies, the same Digico rentals, if you ask a standard rental is 50,000 rupees, okay? That I want to rent out only the console, it's a standard cost is 50,000 rupees, okay? But when we give a quotation with Digico, PA, wireless, in-ears, lot of backlines, we quote 1,50,000 rupees, 2 lakh rupees or 3 lakh rupees. Now what is the base of that, right? Most of the companies, 99% companies are not calculating or giving a cost as per the element. They are not giving, okay? Now let's say if I'll ask someone that I want a just 1010 truss, 100 by 100, one company will quote that 2 lakh or 3 lakh rupees, a truss, just a truss rental. But if a client or event company gives a complete requirement with the lighting, LED, sound, X, Y, Z, that company will end up quotation of maybe 7 lakh, 10 lakh rupees. But there is no breakup. Even they have not calculated it. It's just this is what going on in a market. Or maybe sometimes see, rental company prices, we are not deciding. Our buyers are deciding our price. Okay, when we give our quotation, then our buyers tells us, ki, Arey, we got this quotation, okay, and your quotation is high, right? And we don't have any calculation. So we can't really tell them this is a high, this is low, or what. We want to do the show, we'll just push them, they'll push us, and we'll freeze the show, right? So see, what we do in our company, it's not something, I'm not telling that what we are doing everyone should opt. So even in the COVID, because when we got some time, that time we have then decided the rental of all the gear what we have, even the microphones, corded microphones, DI boxes, PAs, wireless, everything. Now, see, because there is no SOP in this industry. For an example, if you, let's say all these travel companies are also comes in the rental segment. You want to hire a Innova or a Krista, you will get in 15 rupees or between 15 to 20 rupees. You will not get a Innova in 10 rupees, right? Because there is a SOP. और उसके अंदर भी वो क्या बोलेंगे, toll अलग, driver अलग, ये अलग, वो अलग. But we are giving everything in a package, right? If we own a truck, then truck is not coming to us for free. We have to pay fuel charges, right? If we are providing our engineers, right? That also we are giving in that package. So first, this industry need to understand and learn, and there should be some SOPs for calculating a cost, right? So what we do in our company, just to make it simple and short, is that, so we first see how much amount we are putting in buying a gear, what is the life of that gear, right? And what is the frequency of a gear. Let's say, for an example, if we buy a SD10, let's say that console costs us 50-60 lakh rupees, right? And that is the most demanding console today. So we charge somewhere around 1% of that, right? 50,000 rupees is the 1% of 50 lakh rupees, right? Correct? If I am investing in, let's say, a CD player like Pioneer, these 3,000 and all, which is today 7.5 lakh rupees of all three set of that, but I know that technology will change very fast. These equipments being used for the after parties and all, then the life of this equipment and technology will move or change very fast. So we charge 3, 4, 5%. So we charge from 0.5, 1%, 2%, 3%, and 4% of our investment, right? Second, we always charge transport separate. We always charge our crew charges separate. We have, if we have to give a quotation, this is a complete big document. And we have opted a software called Rentman, because you can't do it in Excel open format. We have opted a software called Rentman. So initially we feed all the data in that. We keep on updating that, right? If I have to buy a roof truss from Arvind, and that roof truss cost me, let's say 3, 4, 5 crore rupees. So first I need to now putting a roof truss, it takes a lot of time, the transport time, the installation time, right? Again, so one rooftop, if I have to do one show, but my rooftop is getting blocked for 15 days, then I have to calculate it in a different way. So first, I think this industry really needs to make a SOP of rentals. This is what it is, and this is how we do. It's just a short, simple thing. Yeah.
Understood. That's great.
इट डजेंट मैटर कौन सा आपने इक्विपमेंट खरीदा हुआ है, ऐसे भी ROI गिरती है, उठती भी ऐसे ही है. सो आई एम द वन, आई थिंक इन दिस रूम, हु स्टार्टेड माई लाइफ एज अ लेबरर, एंड आई वॉज मेकिंग 28 रुपीज़ अ डे. फ्रॉम दैट, ये जो पैशन की जो बात हो रही है, वो पैशन अगर आपके अंदर है, आप हर हाल में वो ROI निकाल लोगे. दैट इज़ वन थिंग. उसमें आप सेल्फ इम्प्रूवमेंट करते हो, आप अपनी स्किल्स अपस्किल करते हो, आप चीज़ें सीखते हो. नाउ द मेन पॉइंट, प्लीज़ डोंट माइंड, कोई भी, मतलब मैं अपने एक्सपीरियंसेस के हिसाब से बोल रहा हूँ. मुझे ऐसा लगता है, बिकॉज आई एम ऑल्सो डूइंग रेंटल फॉर लास्ट मे बी 15, 17, 18 ईयर्स. Most people in our rental industry, they give a quote on the basis of what is their competitor quoting. This is a very bad practice. Okay यार, इसका इतना रेट चल रहा है मार्केट में, 10 लाख रुपए में होता है ये काम. ओके, तू 9.5 बोल दे, या उसको लगता है कि हाँ मैं थोड़ा अच्छा काम करता हूँ तो हो सकता है बोले 11 बोल दे. This is the problem. Now every rental company owner, they have to come out of this psychological threats. They need to understand what are their capabilities, what kind of gear they have, what kind of services they are providing. It's not only about the rent of that equipment. Actually, rental होता क्या है कि ये सामान पड़ा है, ले जा भाई किराए पे. जैसे हम लोग शटरिंग का सामान खरीदते हैं, किराए पे दे दिया, ले जा, वापस दे जा, यहाँ रख दे भाई. This is rental. Actually, the rental companies are not doing only rental. They are providing services. They are spending their time. They are spending their, their experiences, their knowledge. इसमें सब कुछ है. It's not just that equipment. और सिद्धार्थ भाई इतना बड़ा काम कर रहे हैं. It's not just because उनके पास inventory है. Anybody can buy inventory. I can buy an acoustic. राजन भैया से ले लूँगा. But then, do I have that team? लोग मेरे ऊपर भरोसा कर पा रहे हैं क्या कि अरविंद से हम टूर करा लेंगे, अरविंद एलेकुस्टिक लगा पाएगा? नो. बट सिद्धार्थ भाई बोलेंगे कि नहीं, मैं एलेकुस्टिक नहीं दे रहा हूँ, मैं JBL दूंगा या कुछ और दूंगा, चलेगा. समटाइम्स इट वर्क्स बिकॉज दे नो हु इज सिद्धार्थ. ओके, सो ये बहुत डीप है, एंड हम सबको पहले अपने आप को इम्प्रूव करना चाहिए. ऑल माई रेंटल पार्टनर्स, बिकॉज मैं बहुत देखता हूँ मार्केट में कंपटीशन है. एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल आप ले लो, जर्मनी आप चले जाओ, एक छोटा सा बूथ का फैब्रिकेशन करने के लिए आई एम पेइंग दिस ईयर, आई एम पेइंग 18 लाख रुपीज़, जस्ट वेरी स्मॉल बूथ. एक सिंपल वुडन फैब्रिकेशन है, उसमें कुछ नहीं है. इट्स अ बूथ फॉर माई बाइसिकल कंपनी एंड आई एम पेइंग 18 लाख रुपीज़. क्या है 18 लाख रुपए का? इंडिया में वही बूथ मैं बनवाता हूँ ऑटो एक्सपो में 2 लाख रुपए का. आई एम पेइंग 18 लाख रुपीज़. वही लकड़ी है, सब कुछ वही है, साइज वही है, एवरीथिंग इज सेम. आप यहाँ जो एक रेंटल, एक इवेंट का जो हम टूर का जो चार्ज करते हैं, आप वही इक्विपमेंट का चार्ज जर्मनी में कितना है? उसने भी शायद ऑलमोस्ट उसी कीमत पे सामान खरीदा है और सिद्धार्थ भाई ने भी शायद उसी कीमत पे सामान खरीदा है. थोड़ा बहुत फर्क हो सकता है, बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं होगा, बट द ROI इज डिफरेंट बिकॉज ऑफ इनसिक्योरिटीज. आई एम टेलिंग यू. मैं कैसे कैलकुलेट करता हूँ ROI? मैं देखता हूँ, ओके, समबडी इज आस्किंग मी, मैं देखता हूँ हाउ मेनी पोटेंशियल सप्लायर्स आर देयर. कितने लोग ये काम कर सकते हैं इस देश के अंदर? फॉर एग्जाम्पल लेट से मुझे लगता है कि हाँ 3 लोग कर सकते हैं बस. 3 लोगों में से कितने लोग बिजी हैं इस डेट के ऊपर? 2 लोग बिजी हैं. नाउ बूम, मैं बोलूँगा सीधा 1 करोड़. नहीं होगा भाई, इससे कम. सिंपल. मैं नहीं सोचूंगा कि मार्केट में क्या रेट चल रहा है. मैं नहीं सोचूंगा कि मेरा काम चला जाएगा. चला जाएगा तो चला जाएगा. यू हैव टू बी दैट बोल्ड. Otherwise, this market will be going down and down and down and down because of your insecurities. लोगों को ये छोटी सी चीज़ सीखनी है. At the end, when you are calculating ROI, you are not calculating your value of time you are investing. मैं बोलता हूँ कि 50 करोड़ का सामान खरीदने से कहीं ज़्यादा कीमती है आपका टाइम, आपकी नॉलेज, आपका एक्सपीरियंस जो आपने 20-25 साल मेहनत करके सीखा है, कमाया है. योर रेपुटेशन, वो भी तो आप डाल रहे हो उसमें. उसको कैसे कैलकुलेट कर रहे हो आप? एक कोई आदमी आया, उसने आज कोई नई चीज़ खरीद ली, वो भी बोल रहा है मैं दे दूंगा 10 लाख रुपए में. आप 20 साल से एक वो रेपुटेशन जो कमा के बैठे हो, अगर आपको उसकी थ्रेट की वजह से आज आपको भी वो काम 10 लाख में करना पड़ रहा है, देन आई डोंट थिंक इट्स जस्टिफाइड. आपको उन थ्रेट से बाहर निकलना पड़ेगा. आपको अपने टाइम की कीमत वसूलनी चाहिए मार्केट से हमेशा, और आपको ये कंपटीशन को ब्रेक करना चाहिए. यू कैन मेक योर ओन स्टैंडर्ड्स. यार ठीक है, दिस इज माई स्टैंडर्ड, दीज आर माई क्लाइंट्स, दीज आर नॉट माई क्लाइंट्स. वेरी वेरी क्लियर. एंड देन वी कैन प्रिपेयर टू सर्व ओनली दीज क्लाइंट्स. बी द मास्टर ऑफ योर सर्विसेज, राइट? डोंट नीड टू गो टू कॉम्पिटिशन. सी 100 के 100 लोग भगवान को भी नहीं मानते हैं. मैं गारंटी से बोलता हूँ, अभी इधर सामने वाले गेट से अगर भगवान चल के इधर आके खड़ा हो जाए ना, बोले मैं भगवान हूँ, और हो सकता है वो सच में भगवान हो, मुझे लगता नहीं यहाँ पे 2-5% से ज़्यादा लोग मानेंगे. कोई बहुत ज़्यादा ही रिलीजियस होगा तो हो सकता है मान भी ले, अदरवाइज लोग बोलेंगे भाई निकल, कहाँ का भगवान है. तो कुछ है नहीं इसमें ज़्यादा.
I think I was supposed to close this topic with something, but I don't think I need to talk any further after what Arvind said. I think he's given a great closure for this whole topic, where he says how your service, what you're providing, what you're bringing to the table apart from the gear that you're having, actually makes the difference. So it's not all about the gear that you have, but it's also about what you bring onto the table with that gear is what, what defines ROI to begin with. But apart from that, I think we had a great session today. So, thank you all so much in, sharing your views with us. I think we spoke a lot on different topics. I hope, we could impart some knowledge that you guys are taking back today, and you could understand as to how you have to choose your gear, how you have to make the right differentiation, how you quote, and how do you set standards in the market when it comes to the prices, and how do you set your services apart. And above and all, everything, it's education and team that defines a company, and education and team that drives ROI in a business. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.